Okay, so please ensure that you're doing your mobility routine and let's go. We have got bums, legs and tums extra hard session. 10 exercises, 30 seconds work with 15 seconds rest. First exercise is hip bridge hold, and then we're into drop squat, then we're into front plank, then we're into a jump squat, then we're into cross body mountain climbers, then we're into jumping jacks, then we're into the plank leg walkout, then we're into forward lunges, then ankle grabs, and then reverse lunges. So get yourself ready. Exercise number 1, we're going into a hip bridge hold. Up we go. So on this exercise you really want to focus on squeezing the bum cheeks together, squeezing the glutes, trying to relax the rest of your body, keeping that core nice and strong, pushing through the heels and keeping the hips as high as possible. Keeping the hips high, glutes switched on. And then you recover for 15 seconds. From the hip bridge hold, we're going to get ourselves set up for a drop squat. So the feet are going to start quite close together, and then we're going to step out and then down into drop squat, trying to keep the chest up, shoulders back, and you can let that hand get as close to the ground as possible. And what we're looking to do is drop down onto the heels, getting quite low and just keeping that move dynamic. And if you're struggling with any high impact stuff, you can just go to a normal squat, just getting as low as possible, trying to touch the ground. Recover 15 seconds. Our next exercise, we're going into the front plank, so good for the core and the glutes. So we get ourselves set up onto the forearms, feet are looking to be about hip width apart, trying to keep your body in a nice and straight line, so really tensing the stomach as hard as you can. And then squeezing your bum cheeks, squeezing the glutes, trying to keep that back nice and flat. Now the key is here, try and relax the upper body as much as possible. Try not to have much tension in the shoulders or the arms. Try and really focus the attention on your stomach or your glutes. And then if you are struggling with that, you can drop down to the knees and come into a 3/4 plank. Recover 15 seconds. Next up, we're into the jump squat. So what we're looking for here is a slight bend in the knee, explosive movement off the ground. You're trying to really focus on cushioning that landing as the feet hit the ground. So you do that by landing softly, cushioning the landing with that knee bend at the bottom. Just looking for that explosive dynamic movement. And if you're struggling with any high impact stuff, if you've got any ankle injuries, you can just go back into a normal squat. And rest there for 15 seconds. So next up, we are into the cross body mountain climber. So really good exercise for the upper body and the core and the obliques at the side of the abs. So we're going to get ourselves set up into a high plank position, heads looking forward, knees coming across the body, trying to touch that opposite elbow without the foot touching the ground until it returns to the starting position. Always try and keep the head looking forwards, keep the move dynamic, keep it moving. Just looking to get that knee coming across to the opposite elbow. And recover there for 15. So from the cross body, next up we're going to go into jumping jacks. So nice cardio movement. We're going to start feet quite close together and then jump out to the side. So the feet are going to about shoulder width while lifting the arms up at the same time. Try and keep the weight on the toes, try and keep the movement dynamic. Slight bend in the knee to take some pressure off the knee joints. And if you're struggling with any high impact stuff, you can just do a stationary jack. recover there for 15. Back into the core exercise now. We're into a front plank with the leg walk out to the side. So again, we just get ourselves set up for front plank, core nice and strong, and then we're bringing the foot out to the side. Again, trying to keep that back nice and flat. The foot comes out to the side, you point the toe just so it minimally hits the ground. Keeping that core nice and strong, quite controlled with the movement. Keeping that back nice and flat, so you want to keep all the tension in your stomach, in the abdominal region, and make sure that we're squeezing the glutes as well. And rest there. 3 exercises left, so now we're going to go into an alternating forward lunge, so standing tall. Chest up, shoulders back, we step forwards, drop the heel onto the ground of that front foot. Okay, try not to let the knee joint travel over the ankle joint, so we do that by stepping forward and dropping the weight down onto the heel while keeping that upper body nice and straight. So to get back to the standing position, we want to ensure that we're pushing back through the heel of that front foot and try not to push through the toe. That's going to minimize stress on the knee joint. As you can see, the upper body is nice and straight on that. 2 exercises left. So now back into core, we're into ankle grabs. So great dynamic exercise for the stomach. We'll get the arms straight, legs straight. Looking to lift our upper body up fast whilst bringing the knees in fast as well. So we're using that momentum from our upper body and combining with that, bringing the knee back into the chest to create that movement, really working them core muscles. Try and take a big deep breath out as we lift the body up, bringing the knees in fast and trying to get the feet finishing flat on the floor. And our last exercise, we're going into reverse lunges, alternating reverse lunges. So just like we did with the forward lunges, we get up stood, nice and tall, chest up, shoulders back, and then we send the foot back, drop down, and we push through the heel of that front leg, of that front foot, while trying to keep that upper body nice and straight. So again, we're minimizing pressure on the knee joint by really emphasizing on pushing through the heel of that front foot and trying to keep that upper body nice and straight. And recover there. So you're going to rest for 90 seconds and